New day. I think I'm going to take that carpet rail off and then finish sanding that jamb and that lower piece there. Maybe I'll hog out some of that body filler. I'm going to end up ordering the replacement panel that goes here. It's not very much. I think it was like 20 or 30 bucks. It basically goes from here to there all the way to the bottom. So I can cut out what I need. And then we'll end up replacing that lower section there. Main focus, get that carpet rail off, finish wire wheeling the lower section there, and then I might probably pop off the wheel and sand that inner fender well, and probably finish sanding the apron. That's the plan for today. Let's get on with it. Rogue wanted to hang out today. German Shepherd. He likes to whine a lot though. We'll see how long he'll be out for. I got him tied up. Okay. This is what I'm taking off. Replacing it because it's just rusted through here. So I already did it on the other side. And what I ended up doing was just peeling back the edge there. So that's what we're gonna do here on this one. Peel it back. That's the plan. I kind of just got underneath it. Like so. Just work my way down. Okay. Got it peeled back. You can see that all the way down. Okay, now I got that lip up. Last time I just took a scraper here and kind of tapped into the edge here and slowly worked it. Let's see if I can get a closer view here for you. So it's just getting it in there and kind of tapping it in, trying to find the spot welds and prying it at the same time here. You can kind of see where it's spot welded on there, and there, and there. I'm just going to keep going all the way along the whole edge. Do that, and then we'll see what I need to do next. Well, once I get a little edge there, I can pop this in there and break the weld loose. Bam, just like so. It's not really that hard to do. Just gotta get the tool in there and kind of work it around. Need to get enough space to be able to hammer this in, and that way you can break the metal right off. I'm going to do that the rest of the way down here, and then I'll clean off the rest of that metal. Piece off. Okay. I can't really just hammer that in there because it's a little too thick, so I have to hammer this in first every time. And then that kind of breaks it open. Then I can just shove this in there. Pop those off. Let's do the rest of the way here. Just snapping it off. See if I can get this in there. Voila. And that's how you take that off. It's really not too bad. A little rusty, but that's it. Now I'll probably take my sander here and sand off those welds that are still stuck on there in that metal, and they'll be all cleaned off. I'm gonna sand it with this. Need to get a different piece of sandpaper. Put the sandpaper on, get it on there, wrap it around like so. You kind of got to make sure it's past that little lip on both sides, and then there's a button in here. You push it and it tightens it up. It has different settings too, so you can slow it down. I'm going to throw my mask on just so I don't breathe in some of this. That's kind of what it looks like. Pretty nice, works pretty well. I'm going to go ahead and do the rest of it, and then I'll probably take my angle grinder and kind of smooth it out a little bit more too. I'm going to go ahead and just finish it off with this, and I'll grab that and be back in a minute. I got it all sanded, the belt sander. I'm going to now take this and kind of go over the edge and probably the upper part here. Clean it up a little bit more. Cleaned it all up. I wire wheeled the rest down here, angle grind it with the angle grinder here, and cleaned up the rest. There's a little hole there. Try to weld that up, and I'll treat those areas. Probably put POR 15 on those. And now I'm going to start DAing this glue off and start working my way up and over, getting that off. But that came out really good, nice and clean. Now I could put the new piece in, weld it in there, and it should be as good as new when I'm done. I'm going to do this later though. First I'm going to sand. It's coming along pretty good though. I'm going to scrape the rest of this undercoating off, hopefully, and then start sanding the inner fender here. There we go. I got most of it scraped off. I gotta clean up my mess there. And then I think I'm gonna squirt some wax and grease remover on here and grab a Scotch-Brite pad and try to clean off the residual. I'm gonna throw some gloves on. Do that right now. Okay, got it cleaned up pretty good. I didn't film a lot because there's a big old shadow right here, or the sun glare anyways, so I had to grind off these quite a bit with the wire wheel. I highly recommend, if you're using one of these wire wheels, that you wear leather gloves, because I caught my hand there, or my finger. A lot of times I kind of hold it, kind of guide, and sometimes it slips off, and it got me. Obviously, rubber gloves or the nylon gloves are not going to do anything, so put gloves on. I tell myself to do it, and then I forget, and then, you know, you grab something and you're just on the move, and you just have accidents. So wear gloves. I got that on, all done. I'm going to put the wheel back on, lower it back down, and call it a day. All right, today's conclusion. Got all that sanded, got the carpet rail ripped out, cleaned up some rust, sanded the inner fender, cleaned all the undercoating off. I put the wheel back on just to get it back on the ground, and it was pretty rusty up in here. I'm going to buy this section here. It comes, I think you can get 6 inches or 10 inches. It doesn't look like it's bad up here, but I need to grind that off, see what's going on underneath that before I order it. Probably should have done that today, but it's all right. That's where I'm at. I will probably, next time I come out, sand the back of this. And I need to wire wheel all inside there, get all that red out, and the rest of around the window and the top part. Then I'll jump into the inside, sand that, get all the glue and goo off that, and take the rest of the interior out. There's just like the back panel there and stuff. Get all that cleaned up, make sure I don't find any rust or anything. Cool. Thanks for watching. I appreciate all the views. If you got a second, if you could give it a thumbs up, maybe leave a comment if you want, and subscribe. I appreciate it.